You're watching Cartell TV and I'm Martine. Oh, and I'm happy to say I'm back. So, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. It was 7 years ago I reviewed the first Genesis to the Australian market called the Hyundai Genesis. Back then, it was an impressive feat from a Korean company that we didn't really expect too much from. Well, here we are, 7 years later, Genesis is now a standalone offering. And I'm standing in front of the all-new electrified G80. Wow, I mean, who really could have imagined? It comes in the one EV trim which sits atop the G80 lineup. I'll focus on features that are specific to this electrified model. I'll keep the review short and sweet for you too. Let's get into it. Starting with the design, clearly it carries over most of the main features we've seen in the petrol G80 option. It does have some distinguishing electrified features to help identify it. Like this G-Matrix grille adapted from its internal combustion Genesis siblings. But very cleverly hidden away here is the charging door. So well hidden away, I almost didn't find it. Why isn't it popping out? Side on, you see that lovely long sedan body with some chrome accents, and it all sits on 19-inch metallic grey alloys. The most obvious difference between this electrified G80 and its ICE counterparts is the solar roof, which isn't getting much use today. I guess this means you don't get a sunroof. Or do you? Maybe just a different kind of sunroof. So there's two solar panels which make up the roof of the electrified G80. They harness the sun's energy to help with vehicle range. This solar roof isn't that noticeable unless you actually look for it. I asked a few people if they noticed anything different, and you know what? They looked everywhere else before actually looking at the roof. Both the front and rear bumpers are unique to this electrified model, but there is no identifying badges stating it's an EV. So overall, this G80 has a tough guy, yet refined style. The electric powertrain in this luxury sedan is a twin-motor all-wheel drive system. They deliver 136 kilowatts and 350 newton meters to the front and back wheels, giving a total of 272 kilowatts of power and a whopping 700 newton meters of torque. It will zip you from 0 to 100 in just 4.9 seconds. The battery is big. It's bigger than we see in most EVs on today's market. It has a capacity of 87.2 kilowatt hours. Bigger battery usually translates to more range, and that's the case here as well. The electrified G80 has a range of 520 kilometres, and that's measured in WLTP. Bigger battery means there'll be more battery to charge, so the charge time will be more than something like the GV60. If you were to get a charger installed in your house, it most likely is going to be a standard 11 kilowatt charger. That will get you from 10 to 100% in under 8 hours. Convenient, so you'll have a full battery charged, ready to go in the morning. A 350 kilowatt DC fast charger will get you from 10 to 80% in just 22 minutes. As Jenny mentioned, we just need a few more of those fast chargers around the place. Now on the roof, we have two solar panels that also contribute to charging the battery. In order to benefit, you would need to park the car in direct sunlight. Living in SA and approaching summer, it's pretty easy to do that, and most people would think, hey, it's a no-brainer move to add a solar roof to an electric vehicle. But how beneficial is it really? Genesis haven't provided us with any stats on the charge that you get from it. Now, we haven't had this car for long, so there hasn't been a pattern for us to gauge from. Also within the infotainment system and within the EV options, you can select the solar roof. But that just gives you the overall wattage obtained by the solar roof to date. I would have liked to have seen more ways of measuring this within the vehicle. Driving the electrified G80. How would I best describe it? It's like driving relaxed comfort. It's so quiet and smooth, but it still holds the power and responsiveness when you need it. It has the disconnector actuator system, which allows it to switch between rear-wheel drive and all-wheel drive in order to give you even better energy efficiency. The smart regen braking is in its second generation and it works brilliantly. It allows almost full-time one-pedal driving by regenerating the battery to slow down the car. You control it by using these paddle shifters. As a whole, I don't feel like the instrument cluster was that geared towards showing me the EV information. I would have liked more. The interior is available with a choice of 4 colours: blue, black, brown, and exclusive to the electrified G80, this glacier white. The interior design, materials, and layout are just as good, if not better, than some luxury European car brands. I don't feel like this is as spacious or free-flowing as some of the other electric solutions we've seen. It's originally an ICE platform that's been adapted to electric. Now they've done a good job of it, but it still feels a little less purposeful than a car that has been built from the ground up as an electric. It's most obvious in things like how big the storage area is. And despite the size, this central cubby is actually pretty small. I'm guessing they had to find space for that larger than usual battery. There's a big 14.5-inch multimedia unit. It's kitted out with some cool features like augmented reality view navigation. What that does is use the car's cameras to display 3D road information, guidance, and warnings on the map. It's pretty cool. There's a 3D 12.3-inch digital display cluster. As I mentioned, even though it has a dedicated EV GUI, I still would like even more specific info on there. A lot of emphasis has been placed on the rear seats. I mean, this luxury sedan will probably soon be chauffeuring around our politicians or Adelaide's finest school teachers. So, what does it offer them? There's two 9.2-inch touch display screens on the back of the front seats. So they can even use it to control the audio throughout the vehicle, or they can plug in their own headphone jacks. There's some apps like weather, maps, and climate, but it would be cool if they could access YouTube or Netflix back here. Maybe that's something they can update soon. Even though there's a decent amount of space for 3 people, it's still better suited to 2 passengers. Pull this centre armrest down and you get a control panel here as well. Just more of a reason why it's better for 2. So you get other backseat amenities like heated seats, these window shades, a little door that has access to the boot. There aren't any cup holders, but there is a little compartment here for your bottle. Boot space is 354 litres as opposed to 424 litres for the ICE variants. Again, probably because of that battery taking space. Along with the safety features from the ICE G80, it's got some extras like smart cruise control with machine learning and surround view monitor. This electrified G80 has a manufacturer's list price of $145,000 plus another $2,000 for this cool matte paint. That's a steep jump to go EV when you can get an ICE G80 for around $100K. That's for a V6 3.5 litre all-wheel drive G80. The 2.5 litre rear-wheel drive G80 starts even lower at $85,000. Genesis's G80 was already an award-winning car even with its internal combustion powertrain. What we have here is Genesis playing it smart, speaking directly to its target G80 demographic in preparation for the electric revolution. Thanks for watching Cartell TV. Sorry about the weather today. Anyhow, let us know what you think about the G80 in the comments below. Are you ready to be electrified?